Hey guys, welcome back to day 8 on the Bayliner boat project. So today what I want to get done is a little more of removing the foam. There's where you can see the last section we did yesterday, and then the day before we did these two sections here and here. So before I get into that, one thing I did want to touch on is, why are we even removing the foam to begin with?
What's up, guys? I know, we just had a full stop. I decided, since after editing this episode of the vlog, it ended up being a little bit longer than I expected. So because of that, I want to make my explanation of why we need foam and why you need to replace it after it's removed a separate video. So if you guys want to go watch that video, you can go click and watch it now, and then you can come back to this one, or you can just continue watching this one. That's all. Back to the vlog.
What I'm going to do next is work on this section right here, removing that foam. And I do have a tripod today, so I am going to try to video that with the tripod, and hopefully it won't be shaky. So let's get to it. Alrighty, just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Work on cutting out this section here. Whew. A little bit dusty. Oh man, I tell you what, I think these termites or carpenter ants they just completely turn the inside of this dust and the inside of this wood to dust. It is bad. Woo! Golly. I think that's enough jigsawing for a little bit. Oh God, dang, that got all over me. Highly recommend wearing long pants. I'm in shorts right now today. Man, good God. All this basically sawdust in here. It's crazy. Oh God. This one is pretty nasty so far with all this sawdust. It keeps shooting up on me like bullets. God dang. It's like dust bombs going off. I'm going to try and switch to the hammer here. Oh, there we go. That's a good chunk. Some of it tries to hold on more than other parts. Alrighty, we're a little over halfway through this top layer here. One of the things I do to get sort of the bottom little bits off of the fiberglass hole is I just take the back of the hammer and I just start scraping it, and that seems to work all right. Now some of y'all might be thinking to yourselves, oh my God, why is he taking the back of the hammer to the hole of the boat? You want to be careful, you don't want to poke a hole. And let me tell you guys, the hole of the boat is pretty solid. You can hit it like that. You see, I don't even make a dent. There are over 6 layers of fiberglass sheets on here with resin holding them all together, laminated. And I mean, you can see some of the little fibers of fiberglass. You might scrape a few off, but there's nothing to worry about there. This hole is solid. It is, I mean, it is solidly thick, so you really don't have to worry about that. You can see it gets a bit messy. Alrighty, that just about does it for the top layer. Now to go over it again. Alrighty, now for the final stretch here. Whew. Holy crap. 4th bag full here. You know what? Let me get the shop vac real quick. We can vacuum out the rest of these small bits. Oh wow, look at that. Alrighty, we got that bad boy done. I cannot tell you guys how profusely I am sweating right now. It is 100 degrees, and even though I'm in the garage, it is hot as could be with humidity. So we got that taken care of. Looks pretty good. Still need to cut out this back part here to get the foam out of there. We'll see if I wait a second or two on that. Another thing on the to-do list is with the engine, I might try to change all the oil and fluids on it before I take it out. That way I can try to get it running before I remove it. So I'll just be able to have the peace of mind to know that the engine actually runs, and if it doesn't run, I'm going to have to compression test all the cylinders to make sure none of them have lost their compression, because that'll be pretty bad. That'll probably be a showstopper for me, and then we'll have to get a remanufactured engine. So that might be one of the future things I do next. I tell you guys, I really gotta clean up in here. I got stuff everywhere. And the shop vac can handle all the small pieces. I just gotta get all the big ones up first and get with it. Alright, I think I'm gonna take a break now. Well, the day isn't over yet, guys. We're still on day 8. I came back out after dinner. And let me tell you guys, I cleaned up a little, and a little bit of cleaning goes a long ways with this stuff. Let me show y'all what I got. So, right, that was the section I had been working on. This was completely full of garbage in the middle here. Now it's all nice and clean, and we can walk around and actually see the bottom. Same thing for the section up here. Then the gas tank. It's still dirty, don't get me wrong. It's got a lot of dark stuff on it, but it was covered in all those wood chips and stuff, so just cleaning that up a little bit has made a huge difference, I will say. So, what I want to do now, guys, is I really want to take off these kick plates underneath the dash there and underneath the helm on this side. I want to take those bad boys out, so I think that's what I'm going to try to do next. So then we'll be able to, we should have it open all the way to the front for getting the floor out and everything. So now just to try and figure out how to get those off. Alright guys, got the tripod set up there. So what I just took off was this piece right here. All it had was some screws holding it in on the inside, so I just had to undo and take those out. This is another piece, guys, where you can see on the back, this is just plywood here, and they painted the plywood, but for the life of me, I have no idea why they didn't go ahead and at least put a coat of resin on the plywood or epoxy to seal it from water a lot better. They didn't even do that, and it doesn't make any sense to me because this can rot really easily. So, didn't necessarily have to take this out, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. One thing I do want to show you guys though, so you can kind of see how this whole piece here, this is a nice gel coat on the outside on top of fiberglass, and this ties in. This whole dash piece ties in the fiberglass hole. And a little bit of a problem here is you can see this goes all the way down to the floor. So when they're manufacturing these boats, they actually build them in 2 pieces. They build the bottom, and then they build the top, and then they sandwich them together. So this dashboard piece is part of the top. Obviously the floor is part of the bottom. So when they're doing that, they actually put down the floor and fiberglass steel over it before they put this top piece on. And you can tell that because where this fiberglass piece comes in is all the way down to the floor. Now this presents a problem for us is because we need to replace that floor. And so we might be able to sneak a piece of wood underneath it, but how on earth do you think we're going to apply the resin and the fiberglass over that while still under this fiberglass piece. We can't, there's no space. So something we're gonna have to do to fix that is we're gonna have to cut into this piece about, I'd say, halfway up. And then what we'll do is we'll have a board that we mount down below to the floor that'll come up and support this. Now, if any of y'all look at that channel I recommended in the intro video to this series, Frisco Boater's Garage, on his 1995 Sea Ray that he does this for, this same piece only comes down to here, so he didn't run into that same problem. Now for him, the way his piece that only came down to here was supported is the exact same way I'm going to try to do it here, is by having a wood support piece vertically that'll come up to about here, and then we'll bolt it into this that'll help hold this up to keep everything level here. So that is a little bit of a complication, but that is how we'll handle it and we'll get around it. So eventually I'm going to cut that. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I still want to get through this kick plate stuff underneath. So that's the update for now though. I'm going to go ahead and make myself another little baggie here for these screws, so I remember they went to this fabric piece on the dash. So hard to read, but I'll just call that one dash fabric. There you go. Now we can set that to the side so we don't forget about it. Now the next piece down here. So there's fiberglassing behind this, but now this one does come out. I just have to figure out how it comes out. Alright guys, got that figured out. There's just 3 screws right there, there, and there. And then just took those out, and then this thing popped down. I did have to give it a bit of a tap to get it to move. It is connected. You can kind of see back there, there's this drain hose for the cooler. So when you have ice that's in there melting, it drains through that hose out through the hole. So I just need to undo a screw where that hose is sort of attached to this board, and then I should be able to remove it. Alrighty, we got that sucker unscrewed. There we go. Just comes right out, nice and easy. Sweet! Now we can see all the way through there to the front of the boat. Kind of cool. So we are of course going to take this out too. This section here is probably just like this side where it's just foam filled in there. So we'll be taking that out. I think I will make that more storage instead of foam. We'll see. Alright, let me show you guys what I'm getting into here. So I cut more of the fiberglass along here with the angle grinder. You can see I cut out a piece there. Now underneath we got the rotting wood, and then you can see more foam filled up in that cavity. So like we were doing before, got to get that foam out of there. So that's what I'm doing now. I think I might try to get all the foam cleared out of there, so then this will be opened up. Then I might call it a night. Whew, got a whole nother trash bag full here. I'll be honest guys, this stuff is whooping my butt. You can see I got a good portion of it out of here, but there's still some left to go. Boy, this is tough work. I mean, it's just a difficult area, you know? There's not really any space in there for you to be swinging your arm around. It's just hard to get to. You know, I'm bending over myself, hurting my back. It's tough. But we're getting there. we'll see if I get this all out tonight before I quit or not. I'm starting to wear down. Alrighty guys, we got a little bit further, but let me tell you, I am worn out. I think with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. That'll do it for day 8, folks.